if the first game wasn't an ideal start to the IPL, having a super over in itself in the second game was nothing short of what we could have asked for when it comes to return of cricket and return of IPL, right?
What a match. Terrific.
Yeah. So let's get down to the business, Ashwin, right away. Give us your first hit from the match.
I'm going with our commentator, the great Indian legend Sunil Gavaskar. Mol. He was on fire on commentary today. He got everything right. And not only that, he gave some brilliant insights into how a cricketer should think. Because with one needed of three, he called it. He said, is Mayank going to go for the glory shot, or is he going to play it safe and win the match? And we know, knowing Gavaskar, he wanted Mayank to go for the single and win the match. And guess what happened? Mayank went for the glory shot, got out, and his team lost. That was the first thing. And then in between overs, when Mayank was actually struggling big time from exhaustion and just being flat out tired, there was a point where Rishabh Pant gathered a throw and needlessly took off the bails in frustration, even though Mayank had well reached the crease. And Gavaskar actually said at that point that Pant has made Mayank's life a little easy by giving him a few extra seconds to breathe. I mean, these are things that we not even think of. And to be fair, that is the role of a commentator. It is to educate viewers, give them insights into things that they would not normally see. So Sunil Gavaskar is my hero of the match, my man of the match.
Awesome. I will go with Mohammad Shami as my hit. I know a lot of our viewers might disagree because obviously Mayank Agarwal played one of the sensational innings upfront in the IPL, but I'm sure by the end of the IPL also it will remain as one of the best innings of this edition at least. Obviously, Kagiso Rabada just carried on from where he had left last year when it came to death bowling, and that super over, those 3 balls were just out of the balls. But the fact of the matter is, Mohammad Shami set it up for Kings 11 up front, right? And especially when it comes to Indian cricketers who are woefully short of match practice, we know and we saw that Jasprit Bumrah was far from being at his best. Obviously, Bumrah is coming back off an injury, but Shami was at his lethal best. Never did it occur at any given point during the match that Shami was coming back into a game after almost 7 to 8 months. He was just typical Shami. Right on the ball with his seam up and all the variations that he used. I'm sure it was a treat to watch him. I know that it was a match wherein both the batting lineups sort of made a best effort to lose the match, and both the bowling lineups were right on the ball, but Shami was just sensational for me. Okay, I mentioned the batting lineups goof ups, but Ashwin, that gets us back to the misses of the day. What's the biggest miss that you
have? For me, the miss was from the Kings 11 Punjab team and team management. How could they not force Mayank Agarwal to come out and bat in the Super Over? I mean, it's just 6 balls. How exhausted can you be? You know, I keep thinking, I mean, people of our age, the big story when we were growing up was Dean Jones and the Chennai Madras Tide Test, and how Dean Jones had to put on drips and he was puking, and he sort of soiled himself, and Alan Border just caught him by the collar and threw him onto the field and said, go bat. We're not asking for all that. We're asking Mayank to come out and bat for 6 deliveries. Of course, we don't know if it was Mayank who said, I don't want to bat, or with the team management, but whatever be the case, your form batsman who scored 80 odd, he has to come. For God's sake, it's just 6 deliveries. How tough is it to have some lime soda and some Red Bull or electrolytes and come out and bat 6 balls?
Cannot agree more with you, Ashwin, but obviously Mayank had sealed it for them, right? Let's be fair. Okay, had it not been for that short run that was called unfortunately or unfairly, okay, or erroneously, Kings 11 had the game sealed. The super over was never required, and that brings us to my miss, which is umpiring. Okay, umpiring in IPL. Okay, that has been one of the most consistent factors all through the IPL, right? And as you and I, Ashwin, we know since we watch domestic cricket so much, we are not surprised with the consistency with which umpires goof up, especially domestic umpires goof up when it comes to IPL, right? But it was actually surprising to see Nitin Menon, who committed that error, who called that short run when Chris Jordan had actually plonked his bat in. Okay, because Nitin Menon at the moment is the best Indian umpire we have. He has recently been inducted into the ICC's elite panel, and this was, I think, the first match he was officiating after being inducted into the ICC elite panel. So it was unfortunate on his part to commit that error, but eventually that error may end up resulting in playoffs position eventually. You never know. It obviously changed the result of the game. It might even change the points table at the end of the tournament. And such things are not expected if you are referring to IPL as the biggest T20 tournament of the world. Talking about the biggest T20 tournament of the world, let's switch our focus to the game coming up on Monday. That's Sunrisers Hyderabad and Ashwin's very own Royal Challengers Bangalore. Give us your contest, Ashwin.
Yeah, I'm going with RCB captain, India superstar Virat Kohli versus Sunrisers spinner Rashid Khan. Amol. I'm going for this particular contest because we have seen in previous editions of the IPL, Rashid Khan has a good record against Kohli, especially with that wrong one. Googly gets Kohli through the gate quite often. So that will definitely be something that Kohli will have to think about, and definitely Rashid Khan also will be quite happy to go up against Kohli given that he has a good record. I think this is the contest which could decide the fate of the match. If Rashid Khan gets Virat Kohli early, and you know for sure he's going to come on to bowl as soon as Kohli comes out to bat, that could be match over for RCB, because we know without Kohli, oh man, they're in trouble.
Yeah, obviously, and my contest to look forward to, my battle within the battle to look forward to, is obviously the other captain who is featuring in the match, David Warner, the Sunrisers captain, versus Aaron Finch, Warner's Australia captain. Obviously, there's a big rider with my battle within the battle, right? Knowing RCB's wins and fancies, we cannot be sure, at least I cannot be sure, that Aaron Finch will be a part of the starting 11, but I hope he will be, and that will set up the great contest between two Australia openers, which can start IPL off on a good note for both of them, especially for Warner, who is coming back to the IPL after missing the 2019 IPL. I know it looks like a decade ago that the Sandpaper Gate resulted in Warner and Smith missing the IPL, but ladies and gentlemen, it's his first match in IPL after almost 2.5 years. So let's hope that it turns out to be a cracker of a game.